Hey guys, what's up? It's Jason from the Brashcade. Hey, happy Tactical fucking Tuesday. Hope you guys are doing well. I meant to put a video out yesterday, guys, but sorry, I just got caught up with family. You know, you got to kind of put the wife and kid first sometimes. That being said, today we're going to take a look at the War Poet Society collaboration with Fox Knives. We'll just call this the Tactical knife. It's basically like a karambit, like folder fighting knife. This knife was loaned in to the channel by my buddy Clark. He's a guy I shoot with at On Target. That's our local shooting range here in Orange County. And anyways, when I got to talking to Clark, found out I actually am buddies with his son, also a very cool guy. So anyways, Clark, thanks for the loan. Appreciate it. Don't take anything I say negative about this knife personally, because I have to be honest. So that being said, at the end of the video, I'm going to do the giveaway for the Demno 80-20.5. Though this isn't my favorite knife on the planet, I absolutely hate the injection molded cheap plasticky feeling scales. Other than that, like the shark lock seems to work pretty well. I mean, I have a couple issues with this knife, but all in all, it's a pretty decent knife. And you can now buy aftermarket scales for like 50, 60 bucks. So I feel like if you can get rid of these scales, the knife would greatly, greatly be improved. So that being said, yeah, whoever picks the number closest to the number I pick between 1 and 315 will win. The two follow-up guys, you know, closest to that number will win like some swag, like a Brashcade t-shirt, some stickers, and I'm also going to throw in a couple Gel Tech Rooks, kind of like this, but they're all black and they say the Brashcade on them. So yeah. So anyways, real quick, this is going to be the easiest review I've ever done. So this right here, it's N690 blade steel. It has this sort of like Tonto sort of grind, you know, blade. I think it's DLC coated, right? G10 scales. Now, though it looked very easy to close just then, it took some getting used to. So one of the problems with this is when you push the button, right? You'll push it down and then the blade gets stuck right there. And the only way to close it is you then have to apply pressure on the blade while taking pressure off the button. Like that. You see what I'm saying? Now, like when I don't show that or point it out to you, it looks like I can do it pretty easy, but it's actually kind of a chore. Also has a blade lock. Something I found interesting about this blade lock is it only works when the knife is deployed. So riddle me this, Batman. If this is a fighting knife, right? I don't think the dude you're fighting is going to give you that timeout so that you can deploy your knife. You're going to be like this. You're going to jump out of the bushes to take your fucking chick's purse, right? In the bad neighborhood. You're going to be like, timeout, bro. Hey, let me lock this out right quick. All right, let's do this. It just doesn't make sense. And another thing that bugs me is this locking mechanism. You can't lock the knife when it's in its closed position. Why does that bother me? Well, let's say the crackhead does jump out of the bushes. He tackles you to the ground. What happens if you happen to land on this ginormous pocket pecker that's sticking out the side of the knife? Watch. Okay, so now you've managed to stab yourself in the leg from the crackhead that jumped on your back out of the bushes when he's trying to take your chick's purse. You've already stabbed yourself with your own knife and haven't even gotten it out of your pocket yet. Some of you might be saying that'll never happen. Dude, just watch fucking YouTube long enough. We see all sorts of shit every day that we thought would never happen. So miss me with that shit. Anyways, that being said, I have a 40 possible point scoring system. A knife can get up to 10 points in each of the 4 categories. We don't even need paper for this one, guys. And this is the first one to not need paper. Comfort carry, I give it a 2. The fact that you can't lock this blade closed with that ginormous pocket pecker deems this knife to be unsafe, and I would never carry it just due to that, right? I don't want to be the 1 in a million guy that accidentally stabs himself in his own leg when he gets jumped by the crackhead that jumped out of the bushes to take your chick's purse. You feel me? Another thing, it has bearings, right? But that doesn't fucking matter because the action is so lame on this and there's so much shit going on. You wouldn't know if the knife was smooth anyways because you can't tell. It's not like you can drop shut this thing, right? And it just feels super wonky. So yeah, for comfort care, I give it a 2. Build finish, that also gets a 2. Why does it get a 2? Well, I just pointed it out. It's fucking not built very well, right? But other than that nightmare of a fucking, you know, button lock mechanism, I mean, the finish is okay, right? I mean, unless you, of course, look at the dude's logo that's not on the knife just one time, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 fucking times. Are you fucking kidding me? Is this a knife or is this a commercial? I could just see it now. Fox reached out to the war poet. His name's John Lovell. I used to actually watch his videos until he went, you know, to mainstream for me. Anyways, and they're like, hey, yo, we want to collab with you, bro. We want to do this, like, sick karambit fighting knife. What do you think? He's like, I'm cool with it, but you gotta let him know. You gotta let him know. They send him the prototype. The prototype has this fucking logo on it. And he goes, they ain't gonna know. You gotta let him know. They send him the second prototype. It now has this logo. He's like, you guys are missing it. You gotta let him know. They finally send him this back, and they have finally achieved full commercialism for John and put his logo 4 times on the knife. Build finish gets a 2. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This pile of shit gets a 2, right? Price value. This gets a 2. Why does it get a 2? You can go on the World Wide Web right now. You punch in Fox Knives War Poet. Go to images. This knife will come up. There'll be about 22 different knives that look almost identical to this, but without a commercial on them, right? That you can get with better blade steel for less. This was $174 shipped. I found knives with, instead of N690, had like S35 VN, or I think one of them had 20 CV for like $124. I think one was $141. Point being, price value ain't that good. You can get the same or better knife with better materials for $20 to $50 less. That being said, it gets a 2. Cool factor, also a 2. Now, Clark, I know you're not taking any of this personal, but for me, it's just not my type of knife. Now, granted, like, I absolutely know that this knife might be like the business for some people, but it's just not me. I'm just not much of a fighter guy, you know. I'm more of a lover, you know what I'm saying? It's just not my bag, right? That being said, this knife gets a total score of 10. At the Brass Brigade, anything above a 30, I recommend. Anything above a 35, it's like, go buy that motherfucker. This gets a 10. Therefore, I highly, highly do not recommend it. And yeah, I don't even think this would be suitable for a paperweight, to be quite honest with you. So, that being said, that's my review of the War Poet Fox collaboration ninja motherfucking knife. Right? So check it out. We made 300 subscribers, right? So because I like to get to know my subscribers, I like to give you guys a little tidbit of me every once in a while. That being said, this is the SG Gripper, a knife designed by me, perfected by SG Knives. I'm in the midst of trying to make this a production knife. That being said, I thought I would bless you guys with the first sketch I ever did of this knife while on vacation in Hawaii, because I'm not a beach guy and I was bored as fuck, but don't tell the wife. Look at that. What a gem, right? This was the first rendering of the SG Gripper. I then came home after my vacation, cleaned it up, sent that photo of the picture to SG Knives, and then that is what was born. So check it out. Because we're going to give away, you know, a Demco 80 20.5, I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 315. I'm going to write it on the first drawing of the SG Gripper, okay? First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half because I don't want you guys to see it on the other side, right? I'm going to make a circle. In this circle is going to be a number, okay? Whoever picks the number that is written in the circle on the back of the original first SG Gripper design wins the AD 20.5. Hey guys, hope you had a great weekend. Sorry I lagged on this. I was trying to do it yesterday, but shit got complicated, right? You know, family first. But you guys are a close second. Hey, hope you guys had a great weekend. Have a great week. And yeah, pick your number 1 through 315. Whoever gets it, gets this. The follow-up guys will get some swag. Be safe, shoot straight. Yeah.